Hello everyone, how are you all? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Burhan. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Listen to Learn, which says the more you listen, the more you learn. So, first of all, I hope that you guys are doing well, you are safe, you are taking all the precautions, and let's just hope that everything gets back to normal soon. The reason behind creating this YouTube channel is that I just wanted to teach you all Excel, because I've been working with Excel from 2013-14, I guess, and I have done my certification as well in this. So I thought to share a few tips and tricks with you. But with that, I will be uploading a series of videos which will have a basic to advanced Excel knowledge. It's just that today's video is introductory video to Excel, which will have a few basics of Excel, and which will clear your concept, and which will have overall idea, and which will create a foundation before we start and before we jump into different deeper options of Excel. But in my other videos, I will we will be discussing about the formulas. We will be discussing about the how to work on a data, a used data set, and how can you use formulas to get the results, and the many things like that. So in this Excel lesson today, I have in description box I have attached one Excel sheet which contains Excel glossary and a few timeline of Excel, that how it was started, and how it, and today we are using which version of Excel. Today we are, the latest is 2016. I am using is 2013. When Excel introduced, it was back then Macintosh. If you remember, Apple had a series of computers called Macintosh. So in that computers, Excel, Windows, Microsoft was there. Later on, Windows came into existence with Platinum, Intel, and then Microsoft introduced in Windows. So in Windows it came into existence, it was the version Excel 2.0. It came into existence in the year 1987. Then after that, number of versions came out, like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, and today is the latest is 2016. The major changes which Microsoft did in Excel was in the version of 2007, where they changed the entire look of ribbons and tabs. They added a lot of features and new options, uh, quick options which you can use to get back to result quickly. So these all things were changed in 2007, which is available in 2013, and 16 is a level up, I can say, with more options, with more analytical tools. In 2016 they have introduced. I am not using 2016, I am using 2013 right now with me. uh, I'm going to upload many other videos as well later on. So for this today's lesson, let's begin with the lesson. So if you see here, I'm gonna cover all these topics with today. The first topic is Excel working area. So let's go to the workbook. Okay, this is how it looks like when you open a workbook. A workbook has its name. You can give it a name, but I have not given a name. This says book on the extreme right corner of the Excel. It has a few options, which is close. Okay, this is resizing the window, minimizing it, and resizing it. If you want to minimize it, let's say this option, minimize the window. This option is basically, this option is useful when you want to work with two different Excel workbook. Okay, so you can open simultaneously two workbook in in the same screen. You can use and you can match the data set, and you can check the formulas if you want to. You can if you want to compare something, you can compare it. This ribbon display option is it has three other option which says that auto hide ribbon. When I click on this, it hides the ribbon area over here, and by this it gives us the more working area here. If you see, we have a working area till column 29. Okay, let's get back the ribbons again. Okay, I'll click here and it will be visible again. Now on the extreme left corner of the Excel is quick access toolbar, which I'm gonna talk about later on in this video. This is these are the tabs. This is the ribbon. In the tabs we have file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data. These are the tabs which is available right now. Okay, when I click on the file tab, it further gives me a brief info of my Excel workbook, which says about the properties, the size. I can add the titles and categories, and when was it last modified, date of creation, and other stuff. Okay, when I click on to new, it has so many templates. Now templates are basically online a format of Excel which you can use to directly work with. So basically, if I click on business, okay, this business template will give us n number of varieties in this. So for example, if it will give me a template of invoice, it will give me a currency converter, it will give me a template of balance sheet, it will give me a template of inventory management, it will give me a sales forecast, technology related. There are so many things, so many templates which is available with Excel. So you can directly just simply click here and start working on it. These are the few other options which says save as, print, share, export. Account and options I'm not going to talk about right now, but I will cover these two options later on in other videos. Okay, these are the tabs. Now my I am right now on home. If I click insert, it gives me a variety of options. When I click on page, it gives me another variety of options. Okay, and when I come to ribbon part, it has a option, subgroup of options which says clipboard, font, alignment. These options are further divided by the vertical line. So if you see, this is a clipboard, this is a font, this is an alignment, okay, this is number. These are further divided by this line. Okay, they have a group of options available called dialog box, which I'm going to cover later on. Okay, now below to this we have a name box. Name box is basically when you click on a column, okay, which says that A1, so it will appear here A1. Okay, when I click here D2, so it will appear D2. This is helpful when you have a huge number of data set and you know that where your formula is and on which cell and row number. So for example, I have data which is, I have a formula which is available on M100. I'll click and it will take me to M100. Okay, I'll just simply go to A1 again. Okay, we are here again, A1. These are the rows and these are the columns. Columns are by default in my Excel, it is around up to 10 lakhs 48,576, and rows I have by default till XFD. So basically it's by default. Okay, I am using a control arrow left and arrow right, up and down key to navigate it faster. Okay, if you want to use, you can use these scroll bars to navigate in between the data. Here if you see, in this area we have sheets. Now these, I am right now only have one sheet where I'm working right now, but if I want to want to create another sheet in the same workbook, I can create a number of sheets. So in the same workbook I want to create a sheet number, let's say 2. It is coming 17 because I had created earlier number 16, that is why it is coming 17. But you can just simply create number of sheet here, and you can just simply work here. Now on this also, if you want to navigate, click you will use your mouse to navigate, or else you can use a shortcut which is control. You will click here, which is control page down and page up. Okay, page down and page up will navigate through the sheets which is available on the workbook. Okay, if you click here, if you right click here, it will give you other set of options which says delete, rename. Let's say rename. I want to rename this sheet as data, so I will rename it. Okay, and other options are available which says that move the selected sheet, that this is the sheet number. I want to move it to end, so I will move it to end. If you want to create a copy, you will check this box and it will create a copy and move this data to end. Let's say we'll create a copy. So this, for example, this is data and this is data 2, so it has created a copy of it. Now there are other options as well in this. View codes are not related right now to talk about. Protect sheet, I will talk about this option later on. Tab colors are basically, you can color your tabs as creative as you are. You can choose color options if you want to create a creative worksheet. Hide option also is there. If you want to hide a sheet, you can hide a sheet. Okay, now if you want to delete it, you can just simply select all these, and let's say I want to delete all, so I will delete all. Okay, now uh, in this area we have a scroll bar. Scroll bar is basically to scroll the data, which I told you earlier. Now below to this we have status bar. Bar is basically shows the status of our working area. So for example, if I am here, it says ready, so I'm ready to work. But if, let's say, if I double click it, it says enter, because right now there are no data in it, so I have to write something. So I'll write my name for now. Okay, and if I enter, it says ready. Now if I want to edit this data, I will double click here and it shows edit, because now my status of this box is in edit form. So I can just simply add few more uh, text. If you want to add something, you have you should notice one more thing here, that when I enter the data or text here, it appears here also. This is called a formula bar. So when any formula or any data, you click on the box, or whatever data or text are available in this particular box, it will appear here. You can simply change from here as well. If you want to write something, you can write and you can change it. For now, I'll just delete this. Okay, this option is macro is basically a very useful option to record the work which you are doing, which I will cover this later on in other video. Okay, in the extreme right, we'll have option of zoom in and zoom out. Zoom in and zoom out is basically you zoom into worksheet, and if I want to zoom in, okay, and zoom out, just to if you have a huge number of data and you want to zoom in to check, and let's say if you want data to be visible till Z, alphabetically till Z, so you can just simply do it. Okay, I'll keep it by default 100. Here if you click right click, this will again show you a number of options. Okay, here these are activated already. Okay, if I click minimum and maximum, now I'll show you what is it. Okay, when I enter a data, let's say I enter a number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, these are the number. If I select these numbers, this will give me some statistics over here. These are the statistics which shows the sum, the total of this numbers, the count, the average. Now sum, count and average are by default selected. I selected max and minimum. Now maximum and minimum is basically, the minimum number here is 1 and the maximum number is 10. It gives me a count and it gives me an average. So this is just statistics which we will use when we'll work on a data set later on. So I'll just deselect this option from here. Okay, this is how it looks like. Let's check our topics. We have Excel working area, which I told you that this is our working area. We can simply work in this area. For example, if I have a text which I want to enter, for example, serial number and name, and for example uh, employee code, and these are the headers, for example. So if you want to change the style and font of these texts, you can just simply select it, and this is where I am under the home tab. This is the ribbon, this is the font area where I will select and change the font style, basically whatever you want to keep it. So I will keep let's say Times New Roman. So I will enter, and this will give me this font style. Okay. Now if I want to change the size of this, I can just simply click on the size. If you want to, if you see that these numbers after 11, 12, there is no 13, there is no 15, there is no 17, but you can simply enter it. Okay, so if I want to enter 15, I'll enter it and press enter. So the size of these text are 15 now. You can use this quick access from here to minimize and maximize the number. This is to bold, this is to make it italic, and this is to underline have two other option as well, double underline. This will show, this will have a borders on my text and working area. So if I click here, it will give me a border over here. This is on a tabular form right now. Okay, I do not want a border right now, but if you want other options as well, there are color you can give to your borders. There are a number of options you can choose from this. There are option to color your box as well. If you want to color it, you can color it. If you want to color your text as well, you can color it. So these are the options available here. So in order to use these options, we should have a data set to work with. Right now we do not have any data set right now, so I'm just showing you these options, and just simply uh, you know click here, and I do not want the borders to be there, so I'll just deselect it. Okay, now the next topic is navigate in Excel. Navigate is basically, if you have a data set, I told you that this has by default this much of rows and this much of columns. If your data is till n number of columns and you want to navigate it, so the one option is that you use this scroll bar to scroll from up and down. Okay, another option is you use a shortcut key, which is control narrow down. If you want to go down, arrow up. If you want to go up, control and arrow right. If you want to go to right, if you come back to left, then you have to use these shortcuts. So this is how you navigate in the Excel worksheet. Okay, let's go to another topic, which says quick access toolbar. Now this is our quick access toolbar. Now quick access toolbar has so many other options. Okay, now for example, this is to create a one more worksheet. If you click here, Excel will create one more workbook for you. If you click here, the workbook which you are working in, it will be saved. If you have opened it, it will show you an option to save as, and you will just choose the destination where you want to save it and name it. Okay, this is to undo the previous changes that you have made. If I undo, if you remember previously, I just deleted these boxes, so it is giving me I'm again back to my previous operation which I deleted. Now if I do not want this, I will redo it. The redo is basically to come back to the original of it. If I redo it, let's say if I redo it twice, thrice, it will show that these data were deleted before I deleted it, but now because the help of this option, I can get this data. Okay, this will create another document for me. This option will create another document for me here. Now if you click here, this customize quick access toolbar has so many other options as well. Okay, so if for example you for example, your job is something that you have to print so often, so you will check this box, so it will appear here, so you will just quickly print the documents, and sort ascending and descending you can keep here. If I click here more commands, it will give me another toolbox options, which has so many other commands. I will click all commands and you can choose. There are a number of commands you can choose from here. For example, I'll just show you one example here. So for example, I want uh, anything. Let's say I want a filter to be added on my quick access toolbar, so I will add it here and I will click OK. So this is available now here. Okay, there is one more option which says that show below the ribbon. When I click this, the quick access toolbar will appear here. This doesn't have this is just a logo. If you want to create a new work document, you will click here on this blank sheet logo here, and this will come here. So you will have you know you can access it from here, but I usually keep it above the ribbon because it is easy to use it from here. But sometimes people find it really helpful when they keep it below the ribbon. So this is how it works. Okay, this is a quick access toolbar. Let's come to the another topic, which is ribbons and tabs, which is very important topic. Ribbons, these are the tabs: home, insert, page layout, formulas, and these are the ribbons. Okay, when I told you about this option to show the ribbon, to hide the ribbon, and to show again. Okay, these are the ribbons. Now in the ribbons we have furthermore couple of options. Now this options of subgrouped. Okay, so let's say a clipboard has a cut option, copy option, format printer option, font has so many other options, alignment has a number of options, number has a number of options here, which is subgrouped. Okay, if I go to insert, I will find tables, illustrations, add-ins, charts, sparklines, filters, links, texts, symbols, and it goes on. Okay, so these are the ribbons. Now there is one more option in this. If I right click here anywhere near the tab, it gives me an option to customize my quick access toolbar. Okay, it gives me I'll I'll click here. It Okay, this is how it is. Okay, so for example, I want all my command, and for you can choose from here for the book. I was showing you this option, which is this option, customize the ribbon. When I click the customize the ribbon, it gives me option where you can select all the commands. If you want all the commands, I will click all the commands, or basically popular commands, which will give you a popular command which is generally come in use. Okay, here we have option to add these features. Okay, for example, I want to create um, a new tab. Okay, a new tab will appear here. Okay, new tab, I'll rename it to listen to learn. Okay, and in this new tab I will further add. If I want to add something, I will add. Okay, here I will customize the new group options. If I want to create a new group, I can create a new group. Okay, for example, if I want to add email, see, it is appear in email. So let's say I'll click OK. So now this has given me an additional tab which I have customized according to my usage. Okay, what I feel that I use these options so often, so I will just add it here. Okay, so in this I have just added, for example, email. Okay, I will just keep it as it is for now. I'll show this above the tab ribbon. Okay, now this is how it is. These are the ribbons, and these are the option which is further divided by this vertical line. Now let's go back to another topic which says dialog box. Now dialog box is basically, if you see this arrow, you have to click here and it will appear a dialog box. Let's say you click here and it will give you a dialog box. Now dialog box has further more elaborated options available. So this is a font where you can find a number of options. You can find these options also: effects, strike through, superscript, subscript, and you can choose color, size, and these are the furthermore options which is available in dialog box, which is also for the alignment as well. If you click here, it will give you furthermore options for alignment as well, for number as well. And it, let's say for number as well, it will show you options for number. You can customize the number, you can customize the date, and so on. Okay, these are the options. This is called dialog box. Another topic is active cell. Active cell is basically, this is my active cell, this is where I'm working. So this is my active cell, and this is, I told you, it shows that it is ready. If I double click, it shows edit. Oh, this is how it works. Let's go to alt shortcuts. Now alt shortcut is basically a very useful software, very useful shortcut key, which gives you a number of options. Let's say if I click alt, okay, the moment I click alt, there are a number of option which appears here, which says 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on quick access toolbar. On tabs, I have F for file, H for home, insert for N, listen for this is which what I created, page layout P, formulas M. Okay, let's say if I click alt H, sorry, I will click alt and H. When I click alt H, that means now I have selected home. Now for home, you will see n number of shortcuts to use these options. Now for example, if I want to border it, for example alt B, okay, it gives me an option. Now in this option also, I have a shortcut for full border. You have A, so alt A. For example, I click alt H, then B, then I will select A, so it will give me a border. You see, so these are the quick alt option, which is very useful if you working so quickly and you have a number of data where you don't use mouse. So these options are very useful to learn. For these alt shortcut key, I'm gonna make one more video on that later on, and I will upload it on my channel. So these topics are covered for now. This is just a basic of Excel, which I hope that you guys already know, but since we are starting, I'm gonna upload a series of videos where I'm gonna from my next videos I'm going to talk about directly jump into the other features of Excel and how to work on data set and stuff. So you should know the foundation of Excel. Okay, I have attached Excel workbook in my description. Just download it and refer it for your information, which is very useful to know about. So that is it for today. I hope you will learn something from this video. I'm gonna upload more videos apart from Excel. Also, I will upload other stuff also on my YouTube channel. I hope that you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. If you think this is useful, this is knowledgeable, I'm gonna upload more videos where I'm gonna talk about stuff in depth. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.